but that's kind of how we roll. So
It is it's what makes us special.
exactly.
Yep.
Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Let's All Geek Out. I'm Kyle.
I'm Chris.
Julian.
There we go. Yeah,
Yeah.
You may notice a little something different about this episode. We got some pretty overlays. Nerd or Die had a sale, and so I decided to splurge. It was like 50% off, so it was not really splurging. But now we got some kind of pretty stuff kind of going on and everything. I might see that a little bit more in the future. Cool. So
You're welcome, planet Earth.
Do a little bit of house.
Sacrifice for you guys.
I'll do a little bit of house cleaning really quick. There is a new episode, first episode of our pilot series of the manga cast, or no, what is it? Let's All Geek Out over manga. Is that what we?
Yep, there it is.
That's the one. That's the one. That's out on the channel. If you're into manga, we talk about or Dragon Ball. We talk about the latest the latest chapter of Dragon Ball Super, which is.
Chapter 67.
Chapter 67, which came out super recently. Yeah, not last year. So, and then also we're gonna be doing some gameplay. So we're gonna be playing Smash Brothers this Friday. I'm not sure if we're gonna stream it yet, or if we're just gonna record and throw some highlights up there. But we might stream it, so stay tuned. Not sure. We haven't fully decided yet. In any case, what have you guys been up to? Chris, what have you been up to? We haven't done this in I don't think we did it last week. So
We didn't, no, because last week things got weird. We had technical difficulties and the country closed for a second there.
Let's do a little bit of catch up and stuff. How you been?
Yeah. So I've been good. Just been working a lot and been practicing the old guitar. Look at that. I got some picks here. So
Pick of Destiny.
I do, yes.
Is it a Dunlop pick? Because those are fucking everywhere.
So no, just some Fenders.
Excuse me.
$3 on Amazon. Yeah,
right,
I'm a big spender. I'm a big spender here.
There you go.
But just been playing that. I picked up Immortals: Phoenix Rising because it was still on sale at the Epic's game store too. And holy crap, that game is really fell on the radar. Like a lot of big Ubisoft titles I think games that become bigger later on. And having a lot of fun with that.
Cool, man.
And also just picked up.
Cool.
It is. It's super lighthearted Assassin's Creed, and it's got a fun narration system to it too. Just been really kind of digging the hell out of that one. So did that, and finally started getting around to playing The Last of Us Part 2, and really enjoying that too. So a lot of good gaming.
What a very divisive review
I know.
There. Jeez.
I was gonna tweet I don't what is it that people hated about this game again? I'd see flaws. I mean but the actual storytelling, I'm digging the absolute shit out of it.
Yeah.
One of the flaws they said was just the combat feels dated. Like it feels like the combat from Last of Us 1 and they didn't involve it at all.
That's fine. Yeah. It's functional. It's absolutely functional.
I enjoyed the combat system and crafting from Last of Us 1.
It
didn't bother me at all.
I was fine. I honestly am fine with it. I don't really necessarily need an evolution in the gameplay if the story has evolved significantly, and it did absolutely evolve. It is so far. I'm only about 2 hours in, but I am absolutely just enamored by the story and the characters.
All right, man. Well, sounds like you're in for a good time and stuff.
I think so.
Julian, what have you been up to, man? What was that? You cut out for a second.
Just gaming, man. Just
playing
games.
Chasing more trophies.
I am. Now that I platinum Spider-Man, I go through and try to get the DLC trophies now. So finally, 2-3 years later, I'm playing the DLC for that Spider-Man PS4 version, and it is a fucking blast, man.
Yeah.
Nice.
I can't get enough of those games, dude. They're so good.
How many trophies do you have? Or platinum trophies, not trophies in general, but platinum, the ones that count, right?
But you don't count Bugsnax, bro?
No, totally. I mean, it's a platinum.
You platinum Bugsnax too.
I think I have about 11. I'll check when you're going, and I'll come back to it. But I've been playing that Spider-Man game. I've been playing a lot of Devil May Cry 5. I won't go into detail on that because we recorded the podcast last Friday, and that's coming out this Friday, so I go way more into detail on that. But great game. I really, really enjoy what it is. And I've just been kind of hanging out, man. Just kind of laying low, thinking about stuff for this podcast and chatting with you guys, man.
Yeah.
So what about you, Kyle? What you been up to?
A lot of work. Work's been pretty busy. Government stuff is real fun. Government work. I don't work for the government. I work with them. I work with partners of the government that provide services, and sometimes they're a little cagey when you try to work with them about stuff. But especially when it comes to like, hey, your shit's broken, you need to fix it. Someone might compromise it. Be like, yeah. Anyways, yeah. So I've been doing a lot of that, which has been keeping me super busy this week. I did pick up. And I start so many games, I just don't finish them and stuff. I was playing Ghost of Tsushima a couple weeks ago, and I was like really, really liking it. I was like, this is great. And then I started playing Kakarot again because that card game system is really fun. It's really cool. I really hope that I hear they're going to expand on it, but I really want them to like invest in putting together a proper Dragon Ball Super card game. Application, whether that's on mobile or if it's on PlayStation, I don't care. It's really fun to play, and I would love to have a bit more opportunity to play that because with everything going on, I'm not going to try to breathe somebody else's air 3 feet in front of me while swinging with Goku and stuff like that. But I did also pick up Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth, the complete edition. Which has actually been really fun. I'm a big Digimon fan. I love Digimon, so fight me IRL in the comments. But no, I've been having a lot of fun with that too, and I love that it's on the Switch because I can just like kind of pop it up and play it whenever the hell I feel like it and stuff like that. While wife's watching 90 Day Fiance and watching people make terrible life decisions, I can be like, fucking Agumon, do some cool shit.
I'm gonna solve some crimes.
Yeah, some hacker crimes.
That's what it is. Yeah,
kind of. Yeah. It's. I mean, it's fun for me because I work kind of in that field, and so this is obviously no way near reality as far as how the internet works and stuff like that. But it's a lot of fun, just the references. Like, I dig that shit. So, but yeah. Also, been watching Jujutsu Kaisen, and that's really good. If you're not watching, you should go watch it now. Screw JoJo's. Don't worry about JoJo's. Jujutsu Kaisen. Yeah. Shout out to.
Was that a JoJo reference?
Shout out to Long Beach Griffey for putting it in my head that I should watch JoJo's.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I love his videos, man. He's fucking awesome. Cool. Well, yeah. So we have
how many seasons? Sorry, how many seasons is that?
It's just one season. So it's 15 episodes. I think. If I could have heard wrong and everything because I just started it, but I'm on episode 13 in the last like 2 days because I've just been binging it. I went out of my way to set up an Xbox One that I haven't turned on in like 3 years, pulled it out of storage, plugged it in, updated it just so I can watch, so I can have Crunchyroll downstairs because I don't have anything that has Crunchyroll downstairs. So
that's where you're watching it. It's Crunchyroll.
Yeah, on Crunchyroll. Yep. 15 episodes out right now. I believe this week new episodes start coming out again. So it's a good time to catch up before you get too behind. That's how I always am with anime and stuff like that. It's like I start it and then I kind of let go for a little bit, and then all of a sudden there's like 60 episodes. I'm like, well, I'm not doing this anymore. There's 1,000 episodes of One Piece. Why am I doing this? I'll read.
I have 10 platinums, by the way.
Ooh, 10. Nice, man.
Ooh, wow.
That's cool.
Yeah,
I think I have 1, maybe 2, but definitely 1.
And there's a couple I'm on the cusp of, like Shadow of the Tomb Raider, like the base game.
Oh, yeah.
I have like 2 trophies I need to get, and one of them's just fucking stupid. It's like 3 headshots within 3 seconds, and there's only one spot in the game where you can do it. And I tried doing it a couple
good,
times.
scrub.
Yeah.
Do people still say that?
Yeah. You
just brought it back.
Yeah, bring it back. Get good, scrub. Yeah. You'll
pretty
get there,
wizard.
You'll get there. You can do a whole series where you just go back and platinum the games you've ignored for the last couple of years and constant generations. That'd be fun. I'd watch that.
I'd watch that too. Yeah.
My own spin-off of the completionist.
Yeah.
Be like, what was I playing again?
that Gandalf meme of like, I have no memory of this place. Yeah.
That could be. That actually would be a good spin. Like, let's geek out about what? Just like, what is this? What is this?
What? Trophies?
Yeah.
What were we geeking out about?
Yes, exactly. There you go.
Yeah.
Cool. So we're gonna try to jump into a little bit of news and stuff. A lot of stuff has kind of been going on, but we're also kind of lazy. I kept picking out some stuff and everything, so we kind of picked out a handful of like the most recent stuff that's been kind of going on. I know CES is going on. There's been some new rumors from Nintendo Switch Pros and stuff like that. But I'm gonna start it off pretty typical and be like, "Hey, you guys hear about Cyberpunk?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
We said we weren't gonna bring them up anymore, but they keep coming back with new stuff.
Yeah. Well, just earlier today they released that. I forget
Their apology.
Yep. Kind of an apology. It's kind of more of a, like their promise to make things better kind of a thing. It's sort of an explanation about what kind of went on and stuff. And I think it's cool. I mean, they showed the roadmap of a bunch of free DLC and stuff like that. And but I mean, at the same time, it's just, I don't know. Thoughts? What do you guys got?
As somebody who has actually gone through Cyberpunk and played through it, and definitely has mixed thoughts. Like I post on stream like my top 10 games of 2020. I put Cyberpunk. I think it was like I put it at number 7 because like when it works so well. But the bugs really do take it back. So like I do appreciate the fact that they do say, please do not take it out on the employees. This is strictly a leadership decision. We messed up. And when I remember seeing that, my initial thought was like, well, I'm glad they did kind of confirm that. But the other hand too is like, no, we knew that. I think everyone's kind of known this has been a leadership decision thing from day one, and that there's been the pushes and the crunches and all that stuff. Because like I followed Cyberpunk for a long time on Twitter too, and there's a lot of folks who had posted about like, do not have these people crunch. We will all wait. Mm-hmm. Their audience or their fan base is pretty tolerant about making sure that they continue being like the gold standard for how studios should treat their employees. And then to find out it was all kind of horseshit and rush for it too is like, we never did pick out, like I never once was mad at their quality assurance teams or any of the actual employees. It was always at the senior leadership for making these decisions. So again, it's kind of nice that they did acknowledge it for it too, but I also don't think they should get kudos for it. Like anything more than just like at least they acknowledged it sort of level of appreciation. Like it's, like I can appreciate it also too. They're being a bit more transparent now too about saying like, hey, all the free DLC we're pushing that out because we want to make sure we fix the game first too. Which fine. I'm glad because hopefully that does mean that they are not crunching anymore. But
I mean, who knows like what the atmosphere is like there? It's got to be pretty tense and weird, like after everything that's kind of been going on and all the stuff that's been revealed about it. I'm sure like working there is probably a little uncomfortable for some people.
Probably. It's probably tense. Yeah. Like no company picnics anytime soon, but it's
no happy ones.
No happy ones at least, yeah.
Yeah.
But I can at least appreciate that they're trying for like I kind of compare that to like when Bethesda was kind of in the hot seat for Fallout 76 and then what's his name? Todd Howard was being interviewed. And he says, we got all this, great acclaim, and but we know we still have some stuff we got to work on. It was really just downplaying like how despised it was and how much goodwill that they lost, and like the constant lying. And I can at least appreciate that CD Projekt Red is being a bit more honest, a bit more direct about it too, saying like, yeah, we totally did screw up. I would have liked a bit more detail over it too, like when they made the comment about like we got some pretty good reviews on PCs, like. I mean, but
people who have really high-end PCs are able to play your game the way it was intended to be played,
right?
But everybody else kind of can't,
right? And I still have a fairly good rig too, but like I still ran into bugs. Like thankfully, I never had the game crash on me, but I did run into some stuff where I had to reset too. So, like, it's kind of like the way I kind of even think about that too is kind of like when it's partially kind of like in my Final Fantasy VII remake kind of thing too. Like people acknowledge the flaws, but they kind of went past it too, just because of the pedigree of where it comes from too. And I always have an issue with that too.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's kind of my 2 cents for it too. Like I'm glad they did. I'm glad they're being more forthcoming than some of the other studios have done in the past for it too. But it doesn't give them a free pass either too. It's going to be I'm really more curious to see how they're going to be. Like doing these hot fixes in the future. I'm curious to see how they're going to do the DLCs, and then when they eventually go multiplayer on it too.
I'm kind of curious.
Those are going to be the real tests.
Yeah, curious to definitely see how it kind of pans out. It's nice that they're being transparent. It's nice that they kind of revealed a roadmap and stuff. And I think it'd be smart to be like kind of sort of optimistic, but at the same time like cautious. Or is it cautiously optimistic? That's the term.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like, hey, thanks. They're doing some goodwill. Revealing some kind of behind the scenes, some roadmaps and stuff. But at the same time, it's just like people just want to play the game that they hope for and stuff. And so hopefully they kind of return on that. Julian, do you have any thoughts on that? Oh, sorry, I didn't want to.
Yeah, They blew a lot of smoke, man. I feel like, yeah. I mean, like I said, I appreciate them coming out and apologizing and saying we fucked up, but they also blew a lot of smoke, like them talking about, oh yeah, with our quality testing, we didn't run into a lot of the bugs that people are running into, but like they act like people were going out of their way to play, like they're playing this on their base PlayStation 4 with a fucking modded one or something, right? All they did was put the disc in and the game would crash, right? Unplayable,
Yeah.
and they're telling me that none of that stuff ever went through any of their quality testing, right? Like, what'd you do? Turn it on, like you come the fuck on, man.
Yeah. There's definitely some hand waving kind of going on, you know, and I mean, I guess it's kind of one of those things we're just gonna have to wait and see, right? Because I know everyone's trying to like really hard, especially like I saw a thing on Twitter, IGN kind of got exposed a little bit. They somebody and I don't know if this is 100% true. Of course, it's off of Twitter and then Reddit. Take that for what you will as far as sources go. But I guess IGN was like kind of reaching out and stuff, trying to get like kind of perspectives from people who have played cyberpunk, but a lot of their questions have been like, how disappointed were you when it came out, you know, like, or you know, it's like it's really negative toned questions trying to almost fish for the answers that they want. And so that's and it kind of sucks because like I'm sure that's all over the place. It's not just IGN, it's everywhere else, because everyone knows how much of a dumpster fire Cyberpunk's release was, and so people are still like, oh, that's gonna get clicks, that's gonna get, and it's like I want more positivity about, you know, about the game. I still haven't played it yet. I'm still waiting, and I'm okay with that, you know. But I am getting kind of tired of all these media outlets just like trying to shit on the game. It's like what is that? It's from The Simpsons or whatever. When like
wait.
Huh?
They're just like, we get it. It sucks, okay?
Yeah, like he's already dead. Yeah, whatever that means.
Yeah, like stop. He's
Yeah, it's like just come on. So
the part of it's the algorithm though too. Like I remember there's a YouTuber I really like, Lindsay Ellis, who does those really. I may have brought her up a few times before too. Does these really big deep dives into films, and even she mentioned too, like she had done a video where she was actually praising a film. And that video did way less, not because of just from reaction or like negative reaction from the fans, because she was talking positively versus breaking down a film about how something was bad, but it's because the YouTube algorithm wasn't picking up on that, because it tends to respond better to controversial stuff for it too, and people do tend to respond better to are more likely to click on something that is going to like absolutely shit on it versus giving it absolute high praise for it either too. It's just it just makes for more compelling video watching, which I'm guilty of that too. I'm very guilty of that.
I mean, that's social media in a nutshell and everything, and that could be a whole other topic, you know, in and of itself and everything like that. But speaking of dumpster fires and people who set them on fire, Bethesda is making a Indiana Jones game.
They are, and specifically Machine Heads, the guys who made the Wolfenstein games.
That's cool.
Yeah,
It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, I cannot begin to describe how excited I am, because like Indiana Jones: Last Crusade is my absolute favorite film of all time. So I can still quote huge amounts of that film. I absolutely adore Indiana Jones. So the fact that they are bringing it back, and it's being done by such a great studio too. Like I really have enjoyed like the new Colossus was my game of the year of 2017. I really enjoyed the New Order, the Old Blood. Young Blood was a mistake.
I couldn't get into it. I tried, and I just
it's a mess. I played it when I was at QuakeCon, and I was really excited to be able to play it with a buddy of mine. And it was such a slog. And by the time you actually get to the end boss, like no joke, we beat it in the cheesiest way possible, where you're supposed to like have this big epic gunfight against the dude, and he's all armored up, and I think he can do health or shield regens constantly too. So it's meant to be padding. But if you get really close to him, switch to your melee and just circle him and just bash him on the back with like your wrench, like he dies in like 4 minutes.
Oh no shit!
So
okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so it was really frustrating. It does open up, from a story standpoint, the end of Youngbloods does open up some really interesting possibilities for it, but it was just, I don't know. That to me seems more like that was a Bethesda decision, less than a Machine Games one. But so
probably, Bethesda's like the publisher on that, right? Is that who?
Yeah.
There. Okay. Yeah.
So Machine will be the developers. So because of that pedigree, I'm still really excited for it.
Oh yeah, totally.
I'm really hoping for some DLC where Indy runs into BJ Blazkowicz and then they basically go to Wolfenstein and just absolutely just wreck shit.
Fight Nazis. I'd be into that.
Yeah.
That'd be some cool multiplayer. I'd be totally into it.
Just fucking,
I would
fucking
100%.
swinging with the whip and with the machine gun, bro.
Yep. Absolutely. 100% take my money. I will buy that season pass twice. I don't care. I really, really want to support that kind of an idea for it. But
I definitely am seeing Indiana Jones as a playable character eventually in Quake Champions. So.
Oh yeah. That would be.
They got BJ in there. They got Doom Guy in there right now.
Throwing Indy.
I can see it. I can see Indy. I think he'd throw down real well next to all those. That cast.
But because it's not that, but it's also the fact that they also are. That's also the side too that like it's the birth of like the Lucasfilm Games kind of publishing kind of arm of it now too, and I know we'll get into a little bit later on too, but like the fact that EA no longer holds the monopoly over Star Wars or kind of like Lucas sorts of property anymore now too for games. It's really exciting to see that too. And and again the fact that it's going to such a good studio. Yep. A new Star Wars open world game.
Yes.
By the Division team.
Is it? Right. It's by that team?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think it's from the Division 2 team.
I hope there's not a lot of laser or blaster sponges happening in that. Yeah. That was my biggest issue with the Division. I think Julian, you and I played the Division a bit, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. They got Alex. Like fucking.
I like that game for what it was, man.
I want a shirt that says that they got Alex or they shot Alex.
Going into the containment zone or whatever.
Yeah.
And then it's being in that big old free for all and trying to fight your way out of some loot.
Oh yeah, the dark zone, right? Yeah. That was fun. Awesome, I did really like that mode. I thought that was I thought that was a really fun way. I loved like the PvP and PvE elements that were in there and stuff like, and I like that because it was like competitive without being like overly competitive and stuff, right? Because it's like obviously trying to get gear and everything, but also just trying to survive at the same time, while also backstabbing people. That's pretty great.
It also sucked that like the outside of that though, the world felt kind of dead. At least in the first one, like EA didn't really see anybody. It's a big ass city, and there's people there, but every once in a while you see one guy run by or something. Yeah, I guess I haven't played the Division 2, mainly because I was like, I'm not gonna have time to invest in it and stuff. But I know a lot of people really liked it.
It was fine.
It was fine. Yeah. Okay. It was fine. Well, there we go. We got a glowing review from Chris here.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean I think it's cool. Like I think I love that there's a new Star Wars game coming out. I love even more that it's not just an EA title, right? So it's not just gonna be. I mean, we don't know for sure that it's not going to be a Star Wars as a service, but who knows? But at the same time, it's promising, right? And it's exciting because there's been so many like rumors of like like stories about old prototype games that just never saw the light of day. What was that, like 13? 13. Yeah, that sounded awesome. Like, and that's gone. So yeah, I mean, maybe we'll get something that's promising and really, really awesome. But
yeah, it's still too early to tell for it. But again, just being a Star Wars fan on top of that too, and it is coming from a better studio than EA, or that I think has a little more goodwill, maybe not as much over the last year because Ubisoft's kind of had some tough times in 2020. But yeah, I'm curious. The only thing I am kind of scared about for too is when I do think of an Ubisoft title in general, I think of two things. One is a price drop within the first 6 weeks. Like I mentioned, Immortals: Phoenix Rising, really good game. Like I'm really impressed with it, but it dropped like 6 weeks after release. It's half off. Like it's just going to drop like a rocket price.
Yeah.
Almost every Ubisoft title does that too. Even Valhalla has already had like 2 price drops. Yeah. And microtransactions is the other thing too. Like Odyssey got so much bullshit hit at them, rightfully so, because they were just like day one was just pages and pages and pages of paid DLC you could pay for and experience boosts and stuff like that. And even Immortals: Phoenix Rising has its own DLC shop too. Ghost Recon has had it. Like almost every title, with the exception of like Prince of Persia, has had really expensive and massive amounts of it. So I'm scared for.
I think Mario Rabbids has
it's got a season pass.
It's season pass. Okay, yeah, sure, but at least not like a in-game store or shop, right? Where you're,
true.
Yeah. So that's my favorite Ubisoft game, by the way.
I love that game too.
It's so good.
It's super underrated too, but I adore it. I have the soundtrack on vinyl too. I think it's like one of the coolest soundtrack I have in my collection.
It's such a fun, God, yeah, that game is super great. They were so faithful, and it's not just to get on that, but one of the most beautiful moments of like any E3 ever is when Miyamoto came out, on stage or whatever, and like was praising Mario Rabbids and stuff, and then like the I forget the name of the guy, but like the main developer or whatever on that, was like kind of tearing up, like, oh, his hero is telling him that his game is awesome, and it's like, that's great. It's but yeah, no, best Ubisoft game hands down. Yep, said it right here. You heard it here.
I agree.
Everybody.
I agree.
Julian, do you have a favorite Ubisoft game?
No, dude.
Have you played Mario Rabbids? Obviously, you haven't.
Yeah. No, I have not. Or that would be my favorite.
It's so good.
It goes on sale for $15 all of the time. Yeah, I mean,
it's probably on sale right now on Amazon.
It probably is.
I don't ever play my Switch, man.
That's a mistake. You're an idiot.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding.
It is. There's a lot of good shit on there.
I play my PlayStation. That's it. You know what I mean? I could pick the Switch up and play it, but it just sits there for when I want to do Ring Fit.
That's fair. I mean, I mainly watch YouTube on mine. It's just the flexibility of it. Like, I love YouTube. I'm on it all the time, so it's like, all right, I'll put it on the TV while I'm just hanging out. Like, I'm gonna go make some food. I'm gonna keep taking this with me and finish. Yeah, so I got like 900 hours of YouTube. on the Switch.
You probably got more than that now. Yeah, it was like 900 like a month ago, but you're probably over 1,000 by now.
Yeah, probably. I'm the number one YouTuber or YouTube gamer, I guess, or whatever. But,
yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I don't really play that many Ubisoft games. I played like the Assassin's Creed back in the day and stuff like that, but even I got bored of the same formula.
The same formula, yeah. Even with like I've tried playing Valhalla. I enjoyed it for the most part. I played a couple hours of it, but I don't know, the exploration felt really weird to me and stuff, and because I felt encouraged to go explore early on, but at the same time it was like really hard to traverse shit, and then also the combat was just like, oh, this is the combat? Okay.
Yeah, it's a bit of a curve versus Odyssey. I think Odyssey did a much better job with it too, and Origins did as well.
Okay.
Odyssey had the Spartan kick, and that absolutely is worth price of admission.
I think
just be able to like.
In Valhalla.
You do. You have to find it. That's one of the big things is that
okay.
you can't unlock skills. You have to find skills, and that's
okay.
All right. So again, it encourages the exploration for it too, which Mazel tov. But at the same time, is like I want Spartan kick stuff all the time. It is. Yeah, because it becomes such a game breaking thing because you're able to go up against enemies that are like they could be like 5 or 6 levels above you in terms of difficulty, but if they're susceptible to a Spartan kick, it doesn't matter. You just like basically have to like lure them to a cliff, like circle around them, Spartan kick them, and then just get like 3K experience because you knocked them out. Yep, it's so good. And even if they are immune to the actual impact of the kick, though, it's a disruptor. It stops their combos dead in its tracks, and it lets you kind of live to fight another few minutes.
So many games nowadays are going to like that open world format, like that you just get so many that just I don't know, they just don't quite nail it, man.
Yeah,
that's what it feels like with those newer Assassin's Creed games. Is I've watched stuff on them. I haven't played them, but I've watched a lot of videos on them, and it just kind of looks like you almost have it, but it just feels empty after a while.
Not everything can be Breath of the Wild, man.
Yeah,
or Witcher 3.
Ghost of Tsushima, bro.
Yeah,
yeah. That game's got literally nothing there, except for a Mongol camp every once in a while. But it's fucking gorgeous.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? There's so much shit, and oh man,
the freaking little yellow birds, dude. God damn it!
Oh,
every 5 minutes.
Yeah, or there's a fox. It's like, oh yeah, it's an exercise in like ADHD, right? Because you're like, I'm gonna go fight these guys up here. Oh, a bird.
Yep.
Like, oh, look, a fox. Like, okay. I mean, I love it. Like, yeah, I'm gonna go back and play that a bit more.
Same.
Explain me really quick, I guess, the multiplayer of that, because I know that was something. I know we're kind of getting out a little bit into the weeds here. It's still Ubisoft, and so the multiplayer though, like, do I have to level up in the multiplayer, or is this kind of just I can drop in now?
Yeah, you can drop in now. You could have dropped in at the beginning of the game after the intro period.
Oh, cool.
You see kind of around the map, there's like a Legends guy or whatever.
Yeah.
You can talk to him, and then you can go to the multiplayer anytime. But then you can also access it from the main menu. But yeah, there's no requirements to be able to do it or anything.
Oh, cool.
Because the characters for that are completely different. But it helps to play a couple hours of the story, so you get the hang of the mechanics.
Yeah, the combat's been a little weird for me, but it's good. It's just it was like a little kind of weird to like get used to.
You kind of want to play the story, I would say, until you get all 4 of the stances. because
Okay.
each of the guardians or whatever that you play in the multiplayer is all based on those 4 stances. So you kind of want to have a feel for what you prefer. You know what I mean?
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I just got the water stance right before I kind of put it down for a little bit and stuff.
The one where you freaking just give them the boot.
Yeah, it's like good
up.
against like shielded characters and stuff. And
Yep.
yeah, the one thing I do have a fucking problem with is when I'm like, all right, let's duel, and I'll challenge one guy and I'll win, right? But then he's got 6 homies that come out and they're like just surrounding me. I'm like, I don't have a stance for this. I have 1 sword. What is happening? Yeah. So, but I mean, it's fun. I've died a lot in that game, but they've been glorious deaths.
When you get to the end, you feel like such a badass because you can take on like 20 guys. They're just fully circling. You're just one shot and everybody.
That's
You know what I mean, left and right. Oh fuck!
It makes you
That dual
feel
stuff's
like
pretty rad
Batman.
too. It does.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one-on-one duels that you can do around the map. That shit's fucking awesome, man.
It's
Yeah,
it's pretty rad.
I
Yeah.
haven't done those
Take-
yet.
You take
Yeah,
away
I
all
gotta-
your skills and everything, and it's just a straight-up sword fight, man. Cinematic
dope.
cameras and everything.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a 3-day weekend coming up at work this weekend too. Like maybe I'm kind of in the mood to binge something. Starting like Friday afternoon through like Monday night. I was like, maybe that could be it. Maybe I just get on Twitch and just don't leave until I finish Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah, there you go, man. Do you know how much time you have left on it?
I'm exactly where you are. So a lot.
Shit.
A lot.
Okay. You could probably.
Yeah.
I mean, if you think about it, without going like too, off into the woods and chasing too many birds and doing too much poetry and stuff, you could probably finish in a weekend.
No. And just like hardcore binging it, yeah.
I think the campaign's like 16 hours if you don't really mess with any of the side stuff. But
Oh, okay, then yeah.
That's good. I like that. I like when the campaign itself is like, not too excruciatingly long where it feels drawn out and stuff, but like really like the meat of the game is with your exploration and doing side quests and stuff like that. I prefer that a lot more because then it gives you the option, the flexibility to be like, okay, because that's how I ended up playing like Fallout 4. Fallout 3, I did everything but the main story because I was just like, this is great. Like I was having such an awesome time. Fallout 4, I'm like, this is fine. I'm just gonna beat this.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also played on PS4, which is a mistake. So.
Nah.
Oh,
Yeah.
God, that was bad. That was.
Yeah.
I mean, people want to complain about cyberpunk and everything like that, which is fair. But
It's fair, yeah.
Fallout 4 on PS4 was fucking awful.
Well, I think even like Elder Scrolls it was Skyrim on PS3 had that
Played
bug
that
too.
on Skyrim also. That's where I played it. Yeah.
Yep, where it had the game glitch bug too, where like it would after it hit like 8 like your save file hit like 8 megabytes or something like that, it would just corrupt and just that's it.
And it was
So
and the load times were excruciating.
atrocious.
Yeah.
So
I remember I was dating somebody at the time and I like didn't text her like 2 or 3 days or something, so I took time off of work to play it. And like I just remember like getting a knock on my door and me like opening it up and I looked like Robin Williams from Jumanji and shit like that. And she goes, "You're alive?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, what's up?" And I was like, I was just so into Skyrim. I was like, I'd fall asleep on my couch, I'd wake up, I'd eat some food, and I'd just go back into it. Man, Skyrim, that's a sweet spot for me.
never finished it. I know that's such blasphemy. I know it's blasphemy for it too, but yeah.
Fine. Get it up, pick it up on the Switch, man, and then you can play it wherever you want. I have it on Switch. It actually runs great on there.
It does. I even tried it on the Switch to think maybe that was gonna be the version for it too, but like I'm still so this has been one issue I have run into The Last of Us 2. It reminded me of one of the things I hate about console gaming, which is aiming with a thumbstick. And I can't. Like Last of Us, like there's a couple times where it's again no fault of the game itself for it too. It's purely me, but yeah, just be able to try to aim and properly aim for those headshots. I can do it with a mouse keyboard without breaking a sweat. With like all of a sudden I have to do like using like a variation of this is like it's just like no.
Yeah. It's a learning
It's just
curve.
a big old no. Yeah.
It's hard for me too.
Yeah. So like I give massive kudos to people who can play stuff like Apex Legends or Call of Duty and like they're like tournament level quality good, and they're just using it. They're like, oh yeah, no, I'm totally just using control. I don't use mouse keyboard. And you're like, how? Like I have no idea how you're like.
You get
I know practice, but
you kind of have an advantage with a controller a little bit. I mean, you're locked on your X axis pretty much, right? So like you don't have to worry about like mouse and keyboard and stuff like that, where you're constantly, kind of going all up and down and everything like that. With with the controller, like you're kind of stuck wherever like it's gonna point at, which is great. So there is an advantage to it, but at the same time, like I would 100% prefer mouse and keyboard. I feel like I'm just a lot more trained with that and stuff. A lot of Counter-Strike back in my youth. Lots. My God.
Me too.
But yeah, also something else from my youth is Mario, and Mario 3D World from the Wii U is making its debut onto the Switch in February. I think it's like February.
With the Bowser stuff.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I really want to talk about this. Is it February 12th? That's coming up, and I'm stoked because that. So I had a lot of fun on the Wii U with that game. Me and my wife, we played it a bunch. We're super trolly to each other. It's one of those games where it's just it's great to play with somebody sitting next to you because of kind of the shenanigans and stuff like that you can get in with it and everything. But I'm stoked that this new one's gonna actually have online play and stuff. So if Julian, you want a good reason of picking up your Switch, looks like there's some new stuff you can do with Mario 3D World, and it's gonna be online. And so I'm gonna be online. So if you want to play, look at that.
Yep.
Got the Pro controller right there.
Pro controller.
Yep.
Because out on the planet.
Yeah, recording here in my office, and I have my docking station in my living room, and I actually ended up buying a second docking station for my office too, so that way it's just easier to stream Switch games on here.
I gotta get one. That's such a good idea.
Yeah, so just like I'm so sick and tired of having to like unplug stuff from behind my TV, carry it around, replug, and I just rather not deal with it. So it was
official. Official? Did you buy an official
dock?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I bought the little third-party one that's like $20 on Amazon, and it works great. It's in my garage.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, you just fucking turn the switch on and plug it on there, and it goes right to it.
I was a bit worried about getting a third-party dock for the first year of that, because I heard about like the voltages being differently and frying people's switches and stuff, and then the firmware updates that were like maybe like kind of the cause of that. And so it's like but I mean, it'd be some sneaky shit for Nintendo to like roll out some firmware that's like, if this isn't an official Nintendo docking station, then fry the Switch. But I don't think that was,
that's a nice docking station there. It'd be a shame if something happened to it.
Yeah, exactly. But who knows? Don't count Nintendo out. They got some ninjas out there that are rolling around and stuff. But yeah, no, this new version of 3D World looks really great, and the Bowser's Fury looks awesome too. Like, does anyone know what the power level of Bowser is? I mean, like this dude has like infinite power, and yet somehow Mario is able to like defeat him somehow. I don't know. I don't get it.
Yeah.
It's over 9,000.
It is definitely
at least over 9,000. Yeah.
Because I think like they did a interview once a while ago. I mean, it was more of a choreographed one with Shigeru Miyamoto, and they asked him about like a whole bunch of Mario stuff for it too. And like I think it was during that interview where he did kind of confirm that everything that happens within the Mario verse is completely staged. That's why like when you play stuff like with Mario Brothers 3, like where you see like where it does look more like set pieces to it, and why they do a lot of fourth wall camera breaking for it too, like when people like kind of look at the cameras and stuff for it. It is all designed to be entertainment for you, and that's why you can have them kind of almost be friends, like in like Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars, or like where they can play tennis together or go kart racing for it too, and still be considered canon. It's because they're basically always acting.
Yeah,
they are performing for that state, which I like that being a canon thing.
Yeah, I mean that is fun. I mean, I don't think any of these games are supposed to be like, like canon to each other, right? They're supposed to be just kind of like self-contained stories. I mean, because if you think about it, like if every game was canon somehow, like there'd be no way of explaining just like the discrepancies in Bowser's power specifically,
right?
Because he's all over the place. Like in Mario Party 10, he was, why are you so powerful? But then also in like Super Mario RPG, it's like, why are you just okay? Like,
oh, he was my tank. Like
I loved
like
him.
My end party was always him, Bowser, or Mario, Bowser, Peach.
Oh yeah, I was a Gino, Mario, and Bowser. Just because Gino was such a cool character, but also
he was cool.
Don't Google Gino unless you have safe search on. There's a lot of weird shit. I don't know why.
Oh god,
I don't know.
I don't get
it. Or
36 or whatever.
Yeah, I don't understand why the internet took off with that character of all characters. But yeah, it's real weird, real creepy.
Between him and Knuckles, yeah, the internet gets weird with stuff.
Oh,
And
don't even get
just-
into Sonic stuff, bro.
No, Sonic
Yeah.
stuff is fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
like what they've done with a character. Granted, he's not the most beloved hero anymore now too, but they've like the internet has really just turned him into basically like a porn star.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
hey, kudos to Sonic, man, getting it where
Yeah.
he can get it. I
Yeah.
know, applaud
Yeah,
him, but that's yeah.
Yeah, the only major video game character to have an OnlyFans page. Yeah.
That we know of so far.
Yeah.
Speaking of OnlyFans,
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Like we need to plug our we need to make some money here, guys, and
Yeah, I'm thinking about starting one. If you guys have any suggestions, let me know. Hit
Yeah.
me up in the comments, and I'll start myself an OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Maybe feet stuff. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gino cosplay, bro.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, there we go.
Gino
That's,
cosplay ASMR.
yep.
Bam.
And that's how I lose my job.
Yep.
They bring you into a meeting and it's just a picture of you dressed up like Gino. And they're like, "What the hell is this, man?"
Get out.
Yep.
Well, I guess since I work from home, just be like, you didn't have to mail back your mail in your laptop and your monitors and everything else. Yeah, because we can't have this going around the office. Everybody knows there's no more secret.
Yep.
You're done.
Yep.
Get out.
Right. You had to eat the honeycomb. You just had to eat the honeycomb.
Maybe we'll do some Mallow cosplay. I love that character. I wish like we could have seen more of Mallow. I mean, like Gino is everyone loves Gino and everything, but Mallow's such a fun, fluffy, literally fluffy character.
Yeah.
But
we got Kirby though too, so it was like, well, that's just a poor man's Kirby. Like, no, I like Mallow had a story
they're
to it.
different. They're very
Yeah.
different.
One is a literal cloud. The other rides a star.
Who thinks he's a frog?
kinda-
Right? That's what it is. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited for it too. I'm still holding the controller because like I genuinely love this Pro controller. Like I've absolutely done a full 180 on this thing.
I love the Pro controller. I do not like the D-pad. That's my biggest issue with that. The D-pad is super finicky. When I was playing through Celeste, that D-pad cost me so many retries. Like it was just it killed me all the time, and I hated it. I actually ended up getting an 8-bit Do controller, and I don't have it on me right now. I'd show it off. But that thing, like the D-pad on that was incredible, and that got me through that game. But yeah, the Pro controller was just letting me down left and right every time I tried using that D-pad, because I prefer a D-pad any chance I can anywhere I can use it. But yeah, and just D-pad on that Pro controller is just not my thing. But
Yeah, fair enough.
yeah. A few more little tidbits here and stuff like that. CES is going on this week. I know that this isn't necessarily super hardcore gaming focused and everything like that, but there's a lot of cool shit. There's been a lot of cool, a lot of gaming laptops that have been announced.
A lot.
Yeah, a lot of stuff. Some really cool tech. I'm really into VR. I just picked up Oculus Quest 2. It's on the floor because I don't have a table to put it on. The table's over there, but there's no plug-in, so it's got to be on the floor 'cause that's where the plug-in's at. So there's a lot of cool VR stuff, some new haptic gloves, things that are going to be super expensive. That's right, you have that.
Yep.
Damn.
Yep. I got my Vive Cosmos playing Half-Life Alyx, my game of the year on there.
That's right, yeah. But yeah, a lot of really cool shit.
Yeah.
Oh God, who is it? It's GM coming out with the flying taxi. I know we talked about it a little bit. Some of you guys are skeptical. I'm into it.
I'm into it too. I joked about it too, but no, I am 100% board for that too, because we are getting closer and closer to getting like a Jetsons universe, and goddamn, I want my Rosie the robot.
Oh yeah, what's the name of that robot from Samsung? Hansy or something like that.
Handsy?
Yeah.
It's something with hands. I forget exactly what it's called, but it looks like a stick on wheels with like a hand that can that has a camera, and it uses like AI and Purify have been the buzzwords of CES this year, because it's like every like panel and show and everything like that has something to do with one of those two. But yeah, this handsy robot is just an arm that can like do your dishes, and you can like tell it to go get you a beer or something like that. It'll go open your fridge and grab you a beer and everything like that. I don't know if that's all it can do, but it does look really cool. And yeah, we're definitely getting closer to that whole Jetsons universe, so I'm pretty into that.
Yep.
Yeah. Are you looking it up, Julian?
Yeah, I am. It's like brought him a glass of water.
Yeah. Yeah.
It looks like one of those like stand-up fans, just with an arm attached.
Yeah. It's really weird. It's got like the LED eyes and stuff like that. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's cool though, and it's like, and I love to see that stuff, like especially especially now, right? I mean, I think a lot of the focus of the CES2 has been, being at home, right? And because I mean that's where people are right now, right? So there's been, Samsung showed a lot of really cool stuff with like the fridges to the robots and cleaning, assistant, robots and stuff like that. We'll hopefully we see a lot more of that, coming into the future, because I think it's cool. Getting closer to my iRobot universe where Will Smith saves the world again.
Yep.
He cannot stop. You cannot stop that man from saving the world. You just can't.
I Am Legend. He was the bad guy in that one, actually.
He saved the world.
You better hurry up and get to that stage before he kicks the bucket, bro.
Yeah. No, they'll probably bring him. Samsung will bring him back. The Will Smith AI.
It's all right if he kicks the bucket with Jade. Will save the world.
Yeah. See, there you go. We got a backup plan.
With his poetry.
With the Karate Kid, bro.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
right.
Yep. I forgot that. Not official canon. He's not part of the Miyagi universe.
Yep, that's right.
Nope.
The Miyagi verse does not recognize him.
Yep.
Which I don't know. I got mixed feelings on that. That's a whole other thing.
Yep.
Who cares? It'd be fun. Why not? But yeah, no. There's lots of cool shit. Razer getting into the face mask game. You guys see that?
I saw that too, with like
Yeah.
the LED lights and shit too.
Yeah, it looks pretty
Yeah.
cool. I mean, I'm all into forcing that cyberpunk future. Maybe not the dystopian part of it, but definitely the aesthetic. But that's pretty cool. It's a fun idea too. I mean, masks aren't going to go away, right? And if even as things start calming down a bit more and there's more vaccines and stuff, there's still going to be a lot of people who are going to opt to wear masks. I've actually gotten used to it, and I kind of like it. People leave me alone, and when it's cold, I'm in Washington, so it's kind of in the cold season and everything right now. My face is nice and warm when I go outside because I'm just breathing into heating myself up and stuff, and to defeat that wind chill. But yeah, Razer doing that, doing a really cool thing. I think they still have to get approvals from like FDA and some CDC stuff to even claim that it can protect against the coronavirus and stuff. But it seems like they're working with medical professionals to at least get there. But yeah, no, it's cool. I know LG's got
it's
one
kinda
too.
cool.
And yeah.
Yeah. Like if they already, because I've never been a huge fan of Razer, mostly because like every time I've ever bought one of their products, it's never lasted me longer than a year. Usually something on them will break. The only thing I have now that's left that's Razer is my I have a soundbar for them, and I use that. It's plugged into my my vinyl record player, and even then, like the power button, like it had like that like kind of cool like hard plastic, almost glass like texture to it. It broke within I think 7-8 months of me having it. So it's just like it's basically every time I try to turn on my to listen to a vinyl, I'm always risking cutting my finger every single time.
Oh no, that's not good.
Yeah. Like I'm better off like it's the point almost where I'm like gonna have like get me like a little stick just so I can just kind of press it just so I don't get people ask like what's that for? It's like it's so I don't bleed when so I can listen to my Transistor soundtrack.
Oh yeah, that's right. You have that on vinyl, right?
I have all the vinyls and I have Hades on pre-order.
That's awesome.
Yep. Yeah, I absolutely adore the Supergiant soundtracks too. So Darren Korb I think is an absolutely underrated genius.
Oh yeah, absolutely. He does like every Supergiant like title, I think. Yeah. His soundtracks are incredible. I would love. I want to pick those up on vinyl.
They're harder to find now too. Like So I think at this point now you probably have to go to like I've seen them on sale at like PAX before. Like so I think it's gonna be once gaming conventions go back to being a thing again too. It's gonna be finding them that way. Because right now like I was able to buy each of those for between $20 to $40. The most expensive one I had was Pyre because that one was like a 4 LP set and it was like their limited edition one too. So it has all like this great covers and stuff for it. But the like Bastion and Transistor was like $25 a piece that I got at PAX actually PAX East. And yeah, like I think those are gonna be the easy way to find. Otherwise, you're spending triple digits each time.
Yeah, I know. I Am 8-Bit does a lot of vinyl releases and stuff, and I've gotten a couple there. Actually, my favorite one's the I have the Ocarina of Time like special edition that they had vinyl that it was a couple years ago. I picked it up, but I haven't been able to listen to it because I don't have a record player. But I got it for when I eventually do. If I ever do. I got a really weird, small, eclectic collection of vinyl and everything. I think everyone has a little bit of vinyl. Julian, how much vinyl do you have? Julian's nobody. It doesn't matter. But
I have 3 boxes of vinyls.
Shit, see, look at that. Somebody out there has them. Yeah.
It's coming back, man. I didn't. You know what I mean?
I was at Best Buy the other day and I saw a bunch of vinyl players like from all different price ranges and stuff like that. So yeah, it's and they're even selling vinyl at Best Buy.
They are, yeah. That's actually where I got my vinyl player too. Was at my record player was at Best Buy.
Oh no shit! I don't know. That's cool.
Yeah, so I got that, and yeah, even, you go to Target now too, and they have a small collection too. But most of my vinyls either come from I Am 8-Bit or Fangamer at this point, or just like going to conventions and picking them up there.
I love Fangamer. They always have such awesome stuff.
Yep.
I mean, PAX, that seems like a pretty good environment to rock a Razer face mask.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, because I'm it's like it's something I want to like. I'm really curious how it's going to work in 2021, right? Like, conventions are a huge thing. Everyone missed them last year. Are people going to try to like open them back up? Like, what are these restrictions going to be like? If there are any restrictions, are we going to have to wait another year? If they're opened up, how many people are going to wear masks? I'm probably going to, it's like, I probably want to wear one that does like all the filtering and stuff like that, just because every time it doesn't even matter. I'm not even worried about coronavirus at that point. I'm just worried about getting sick in general. Every time I've gone to PAX, I've like the very next day I feel like shit, or a week later I get like the PAX pox or something like that. And so I just I'm actually just that's a great use case. Just conventions, wearing a cool LED mask or RGB mask and stuff. Yeah.
Right. PAX did announce that they were going to be coming back with I think PAX Prime and East were coming back. I know PAX South has been canceled this year because it's in my hometown of San Antonio, and like the last year, of course, it was canceled. The year before that, it was fine. Like I still enjoy going to PAX because of just the experience, and it's a chance to see one of my favorite video game cover bands, Mariachi Entertainment System (MES).
Ooh,
and it's exactly what it sounds like. It's a mariachi band that plays video game covers. So they've done Final Fantasy, Street Fighter, Sonic, Donkey Kong, Castlevania. Their Bloody Tears is amazing. And that was like legit my real introduction as an adult to mariachi music was through them. So like I go if nothing else to see them perform live every year because it brings me to tears because it's a part of my culture that I never really quite connected with until listening to their music, and I was like, oh, I get it now. And but the rest of the convention stuff has gotten considerably smaller for it too. Like usually like Capcom is there and they'll have like a big display. They weren't there the last PAX. And just even the amount of content and stuff to do there has shrunk significantly year over year.
Yeah.
To the point that when I went to PAX East, I was like, okay, this is a total game changer. This is what I expect PAX to be. Plus, Final Fantasy was there too. So,
have you been to PAX Prime before?
No, I was going to this year, especially now that I live in California. But of course,
it's
the world's shut down.
It's kind of a meme to try to get tickets. I don't know how it is for other PAX events and everything like that, but for PAX Prime specifically, it is frustratingly hard to get tickets for one, and it's like every year has been it's like as soon as they announce it on Twitter, everyone gets in the queue, but like you'll see everyone freaking out about it and stuff like that. They're sold out super quick. I think the year before last they didn't sell it that fast. It was a bit slower than other times, but usually it's just a pain in the ass to try to get tickets and stuff. And every time you go, it's packed, but they have it spread out over like 4 or 5 blocks or something like that. They have like hotels down the street that are completely filled with like stuff going on and events and everything. They have like theaters that are nearby and stuff like that. Like they go all out. And I don't know how it is at other like I said, the other PAX events and stuff, but PAX Prime is fucking incredible. But it's so packed and so difficult to get tickets. But I would love but I miss it and I really want to go.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, so I'm hoping it opens back up and stuff. I mean, I know you said that they are, but like anything can change between now and then, right?
Right. So it's all super tentative right now for it too. So we're going to try it and we're going to see how things go. We're hoping like by the time we actually start to host these things, that it'll things will be calmer. But if it's not, safety is the top priority, which I respect that always. So, but like the fact they're willing to give it a try too, and hopefully the vaccine will be more widely distributed for it too, and people are going to be cool about it. Like I would assume, like considering the audience, like if you're a gamer, more than likely you're also probably paying attention much more to the technology and the science behind what's going on with COVID, which means you're probably more inclined to be wearing a mask. I really haven't met a gamer yet who is anti-mask or anti-vaccine or anything like that.
Especially once they see that Razer mask, because I'm not trying to push that shit, but it looks pretty cool. Yeah. It looks pretty dope. Yeah. LG's got one coming out. It doesn't look quite as cool. It looks kind of more like Cumber Evil Saiyan from Dragon Ball Heroes. You know who I'm talking? Yeah, like LG has a face purifying face mask that looks just like his shit, pretty much. So you can walk around and be like with your evil dark aura and shit. No, I get what you're saying and everything.
Yeah, I like to see, but at least with the Razer thing, I think my only concern would be like how soon before like an LED light breaks or something like that too, and then you're just back scroll.
What's that? You know,
So like, I'll wait till Corsair makes one or Asus.
Corsair,
like they're making phones, they can make a mask.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, that's all the topics we got. For this week and stuff. For everybody tuning in, thanks for watching, getting this far in the video. If there's anything you guys want to see or want to talk and see more of us and everything like that, leave a comment in below and everything like that. Hit the like button, subscribe, come check out other stuff. We're doing more things like I mentioned earlier at the very beginning. We have Julie and I just started the manga series, which we're planning to do more. We're planning to do a lot more of that. We talk about it a lot and stuff. It's just trying to find time and stuff. We got some more stuff, and then on this Friday, I mentioned we're going to be playing some games and stuff. We haven't decided whether or not we're going to stream it. If we do, we'll probably hear it on Twitch or hear it on Twitter and stuff like that. So, but yeah. So with that, I'm Kyle.
I'm Chris.
I'm Julian.
All right, and catch you guys later.
Peace out.